have the AI on. Okay, so as I said, the game is to recreate a new relationship with sales and to develop sales oriented thinking as the foundation for the company. Okay, so that is the whole context. Nitesh, anything you want to add? Why we are getting everybody here?
Yes, sir. So basically, the purpose is that alongside with the sales, if we all technical heads also look the opportunities, we can also do the selling of the our services. So the idea is you guys all should have the knowledge about sales, how we can pitch to the customer, and then likewise.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. Now, personally, I am of the opinion that the domain people are better salespeople than the salespeople because people want to buy from domain guys. People want to talk to domain guys, right? They don't want to talk to salespeople unless salespeople are also domain experts. Okay. So having said that, let's look at what we are going to do. This is like this 2 hours is an introduction to the whole conversation of sales. The we are learning. Uh, we we have the opportunity to learn a concept called consultative selling, which is one of the premium concepts in the world of sales. And the model that we are learning from is a very old established model and is among the top 5 models in the world, okay, of consultative selling. But before we go into the whole world of science and everything, let's just do an experiment. All of you, if you can open a Word file, okay, and HK, can you open a Word file on the screen? I'll just do the screen sharing.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so what we want to understand is firstly, we want to get into the world of a customer. Okay, so how many of you have bought something in this last 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, anything worthwhile, like maybe above 5,000 rupees value? You bought something in this last 3 months? What did you buy, Nitesh?
A vacuum cleaner.
Vacuum cleaner. Okay, good. Thank you. Somebody else? Yeah, Ganpat?
Car.
Car. Okay, very good. Somebody else? Anybody buying something? अच्छा गणपत मिठाई बाकी है हाँ सबको मिल गई है
सॉरी सर.
कार की मिठाई बाकी है
हाँ सर, मिलते हैं तो मैं देने आ जाऊँ.
ये याद रखना बस
पक्का पक्का सर.
Okay, so anybody else, did you buy anything? Doesn't have to be very big like a car, but it can be anything like about 5,000 rupees, something which is important for you.
Shoes.
Last, okay, shoes. Okay, great. Somebody else?
iPhone लिया.
iPhone. Okay, great. Okay, so now Dhaval, Dhaval नहीं कहाँ गया वो अपना hero? HK, where are you? Harsh. Okay, so HK has digital. So Ganpat, can you open up a Word file and
Sure.
share it on the screen? And
Sure, sir.
everybody, just look at whatever is your last purchase you remember. You can do this exercise. We want to understand the cycle of purchase. How does a person purchase? Okay. Because getting into the world of the customer is important before we can do anything else. Yeah, if you, this is an Excel file, that's also fine. Okay, so Ganpat, let's start with you since you bought a car. Okay, so when did you buy the car?
got the delivery on the 21st December.
21st
Uh,
or 25th?
25th.
25th December. Okay. So now, which car did you buy?
Ultros.
Altos.
Tata Ultros.
Altos. Okay. Tata Altos. Okay, good. Now, when did you first think of buying the car? This car? Or means, uh, this time you bought, right? So when did you first think of buying a car?
So first things,
Is this your first car or is this yours?
yeah, this is my first car.
Okay, good. So when did you think of buying the car? First.
Before 6 months.
Okay, so write down in, so let's say June or July. Do you remember?
Maybe June, July.
Okay, so
Let
write,
me July.
so July, next line, write down, column C, write down, thought of buying a car. Okay. Did you think, or did your family members suggest, or did somebody else suggest?
No, I
Okay.
think.
Okay, so write down, thought of buying a car. And why did you think was there any particular reason? Because of rains in July, June, July, or because of any other reason?
No, actually, one incident happened to me
Right.
when I'm traveling back to my hometown. Actually, it is the I think Janmashtami season. So
Hmm.
at that time, what happened? My uh, traveling with my family, and I have the lot of luggage actually.
Right.
And in middle of a journey, that bus shut down actually, and I
Right.
need to suffer for the 3-4 hours into the uh, depot actually.
Right.
And then I reached to my home back by midnight actually.
Okay.
So that time I think I need, because I'm traveling like I need the car for the traveling 200 or 300 kilometer. I not need for the like the small traveling actually.
Okay.
So
So
that's why
when
I think
did this
like
happen? Janmashtami means which month?
Janmashtami, I think in August, I think this
Okay.
month.
Right. Okay. So write down that incident. Uh, around Janmashtami, bus breakdown, and family, so, and you suffer for 4 hours. Right. So that is your first thought process, right? Okay. Then what did you do?
Then I plan for searching the car actually. Then
Okay.
I think for the
So for
buying
searching
new.
the car, what did you do? Keep writing in, no, keep writing in a column, same column.
Okay. So first,
So put it in the, instead of putting in, sorry, yeah. So instead of putting in column D, keep writing everything in column C.
okay.
So keep adding whatever, no. So keep adding in the next line afterwards. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. You after that. So how did you search the car?
So first I
Immediately you did not buy, right? So what did you do next after this incident?
so I'm started the searching for the car.
Okay. What did you,
And
as a part of search, what did you do?
so first I talk with the Nitesh actually. So our plan
Okay,
is to try to
write down. Next line, write down. Did you talk to other
uh,
people also?
uh first I started with the Nitesh, and then I talked with the Vijay,
Okay.
and then I just proposed Nitesh to like give me next one and you can buy the Safari. That's our uh first
Okay.
plan actually.
Okay.
So
Write that in the next one. So Nitesh has next one.
yes,
Okay, got that.
yes. Then I take a push on that one actually. Then again, I back on the Vijayadashmi and check like if can Nitesh give me that car, or I can go for the new car actually.
Hmm. Okay,
Then
keep writing. Vijayadashmi. By the way, each one of you, if you go through any of your purchase, even if it is earlier, you will see there are steps like this. Of course, different steps, but there are steps. We don't just go into the shop and buy. There is some thinking process happening, something else happening before. You, now, the time period may not be the same. He's taken 6 months here. So for some, maybe it may be 6 minutes or 6 days or 6 weeks or 6 hours or 6 years also sometimes.
new
So,
car.
Vijayadashmi, what happened? Nitish said no.
No, Nitesh not say no, but I propose him like you already plan to we are already plan to buying the new office. So that's why like I suggested him to not go for the buying the new car. Just let's do with the your next one. I can buy the my new car.
Okay, good. Next. Then what did it?
So next I started the searching for the model actually and which model we need to
Yeah.
go.
So next, what did you do to search the model?
Online, checking online,
So right, searching online.
searching.
Okay. So in the next,
And
so did you buy a, EV or
it's a CNG.
CNG? Okay, good.
Yeah. So that's already in mind. My mind, like if I'm going to buy a new car, it will be the CNG.
Okay. So this,
And then
but why
then
CNG?
uh due to the fuel efficiency and high mileage.
Okay, so write that down in the next line. Have decided to buy CNG due to fuel efficiency and mileage. That is fuel efficiency and mileage is the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, which companies did you check?
Yeah. So by decided to buy CNG.
Next line, write down which companies did you check,
Uh,
which brands.
then I decided to buy two or three. I suggest for the one is the this one Altos. Uh, Second is the Hyundai Neos, Grand i10 Neos. This is also CNG. Then Tata Punch and Tiago. This is the like the first four choice for me.
Okay, did you check any other brand?
No, I just like for the I plan to buy only Tata, but then I like Neos is also providing the good mileage and it's also from the Hyundai. So
Okay,
that's
next,
why I just
what other,
stick with this for one.
did you go to any store?
Uh yes.
What else did you do after this?
Yeah, after this, like searching for the
I
showroom
asked
actually.
you to write in different rows. You have put it everything in one
No,
row.
no, it's in the different row. Everything in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, sorry. Let me. I actually what I did is
I don't know.
it is 1, 1.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so now tell me what did you do next?
Then after Diwali, like I started uh, visiting the showroom actually.
Okay, which showrooms you visited?
I visited the
Right.
showroom. It's visited the RIA
Okay,
on SG Highway,
okay.
and then started the connecting people in my circle actually, like checking with the people like who is working in Tata.
Okay.
Then again, I connected with the Palampur showroom also
Okay.
because I'm basically from the Palampur, so that's also I need to decide. Need to
Hmm.
buy from GJ01 or GJ08.
Okay.
And they are not allowing to buy with the GJ01 due to my address is from the GJ01 actually, GJ08.
Okay.
And finally I decide to buy from GJ01 actually due to the no. Then I compare the price with GJ08 and GJ01.
Okay.
So price is like low in the GJ01. So then I plan to buy from the GJ01 only.
Hmm. Then what did you do?
Then I connected with the three people, like one from the RIA,
Hmm.
and from Cargo, and another from is external consultant.
Hmm.
And got the price quotation from everyone.
Okay.
And then on, I think, not exactly remember the date. In December, starting of the December.
Then did you do any negotiation?
Yes, on the starting of the December. I so before that I apply for the address change actually.
Hmm. In your
Change.
other Kannada.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I go to Cargo Motors and done the negotiation.
Okay. Did you take on EMI?
Yes. And finalize.
Did you negotiate for that also?
So like I'm in the EMI, I got the whatever base rate I got actually on the basis of my credit score. So over there, I not did any negotiation actually.
Okay. Did you buy accessories?
Yes. So finalize the what
Which model?
finalize what need to buy from showroom. So also finalize the model.
Hmm.
That model.
So how did you finalize the model? What were the points in the next row, write down, what were the points you considered to finalize the model?
So first is the comfort. Comfort is already there. Then
Did you do test drive of everything? All the four models?
no,
Which did you test drive?
एक भी नहीं.
So how do you know comfort?
कंफर्ट ऐसा था कि टाटा का वैसे कंफर्ट सही आता है एक्चुअली. और मैं ये नेक्सॉन और उसमें बैठा हुआ ही हूँ. फिर मैंने उसमें ऐसा था कि
What
दो
other
मॉडल मैंने
parameters you evaluated? The
आ,
comfort.
कि आपको एक तो कि लॉन्ग लॉन्ग रन में आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो रहा है.
Okay.
हाँ, फिर और तो मैंने इतना ज़्यादा देखा नहीं. और दूसरा चीज़ देखा था कि टाटा में सेफ्टी फीचर सबसे ज़्यादा है. ये भी एनकैप 5 स्टार रेटिंग है.
Okay, so comfort, safety, and uh, maintenance free or trouble free, right? तो चार में से कौन सा पहले निकल गया ऑप्शन? किसको पहले कैंसिल किया?
नहीं, इसमें टाटा में मेरे को ये दो ही चीज मिल रही थी, कंफर्ट एंड सेफ्टी दोनों. और
नहीं,
दूसरी
ये
चीज
एल्ट्रोज, नियोस, पंच और टियागो
हाँ
से चार
उसमें
ऑप्शन थे, उसमें से कौन सा
हाँ
पहले कैंसिल किया?
सबसे पहले मैंने कैंसिल किया नियोस.
हाँ तो लिखो कैंसिल नियोस ऑप्शन फॉर पर्टिकुलर रीजन, राइट? वो ठीक है. नेक्स्ट.
उसके बाद मैंने कैंसिल किया।
बस क्यों
हाँ,
कैंसिल किया?
नियोस को ऐसे कैंसिल किया कि नियोस से अच्छा टाटा की सेफ्टी और बिल्डअप क्वालिटी अच्छी है।
Okay, so cancel new option to focus on Tata. Okay, फिर टाटा, फिर नेक्स्ट कौन सा कैंसिल किया?
फिर कैंसिल किया मैंने पंच।
ओके, कैंसिल लिखो, कैंसिल
पंच
पर।
को कैंसिल करने का रीजन था मेरा भाई।
क्या बोला?
उस, उसने ऐसा बोला कि पंच से अच्छा तो अपन इसमें चाहते हैं अल्ट्रोज में, कि उसकी थोड़ी डिजाइन अच्छी, लुक अच्छा है।
सो कैंसिल, कैंसिल पंच लिखो।
पंच।
On a design based on input from brother, right? Next. By the way, are you
Yes.
getting interested in the process? What all are going on in when a person is purchasing? Okay, next.
Yes.
फिर क्या कैंसिल किया?
फिर मैंने लास्ट में कैंसिल किया टियागो।
ओके, क्यों कैंसिल किया?
उसका रीजन ऐसा था कि टियागो से टियागो वो नॉर्मल है और ये हैचबैक है, और इसमें ज़्यादा स्पेस भी है।
ओके,
टियागो ड्यू टू स्पेस।
ओके।
और फिर फाइनलाइज किया मैंने अल्ट्रोस।
इसका प्राइस का क्या रोल रहा सब कैंसिलेशन में?
कैंसलेशन में प्राइस में ऑलमोस्ट सर इक्वल ही है। जैसे कि टाटा इसका अल्ट्रोज का थोड़ा लेवल हाई है। अल्ट्रोज ऑलमोस्ट उसका टॉप मॉडल अपने को 11 तक आता है, बाकी
ओके,
सब 9 930 तक फिनिश हो जाते हैं। तो पहले मेरा प्लान था कि 9 930 बजट को 10 तक, फिर सोचा कि
you went
लेट्स।
for the higher budget. Okay,
यस।
very good. And कौन सा कलर?
कलर में डिसाइड में सिर्फ फाइनली इसमें 3 या 4 का अवेलेबल ही है, तो दो था वाइट एंड ग्रे एक्चुअली।
आपने कौन सा चूज किया?
फिर मैंने चूज किया ग्रे। उसका रीजन ये था कि मैं और नितेश दोनों फाइनलाइज करने गए थे, तो बाहर अपने एक वाइट पंच या कोई थी, हमने देखी तो उसका कलर है ना फेड हो गया था। वो थोड़ी पुरानी थी तो उसका वाइट कलर फेड हो गया था। तो फिर ड्यू कैंसल वाइट ड्यू टू दिस कलर फेड एक्चुअली।
ओके, एंड कैंसिल व्हाइट एंड डिसाइड ग्रे। ठीक है। और एसेसरीज ली
यस।
वहीं से ली कि बाहर से ली?
नहीं, वहीं से।
ओके, इंश्योरेंस?
या वो तो जो भी फाइनलाइज उसके साथ ही आता है, वो सब कुछ इंक्लूडिंग पैकेज।
राइट, और नंबर कोई स्पेशल लिया कि जो मिला वो ले?
नहीं, वो नंबर स्पेशल में ऐसा था, पहले डिसाइड किया था कि डिसाइड स्पेशल नंबर। फिर ऐसा हुआ कि मैंने पूछा कि व्हाट द प्राइस ऑफ द स्पेशल नंबर, नॉर्मल स्पेशल नंबर, डेट ऑफ बर्थ और एनीथिंग। सो दे से दैट 9K एक्चुअली। सो देन आई डिसाइड कि आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू स्पेंड 9K फॉर द ओनली नंबर एक्चुअली।
ओके, तो वो भी लिखो, डिडंट चूज नंबर बिकॉज ऑफ प्राइस। और फाइनली कब ऑर्डर दिया?
नेक्स्ट वन बीच में है, वो तो लिखा है नहीं।
क्या?
बाइंग के दिन नेक्स्ट वन भी प्रपोज किया था।
हाँ, वो सब कुछ तो मेरे को भी अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है।
हम्म,
चूज यूट्यूब।
हाँ, कौन सा आपका वाला नेक्स्ट कि नया?
नहीं, नया है।
नया one।
वो तो
अच्छा,
सिर्फ 2 2 मिनट के लिए था।
हाँ, ओके,
फिर फाइनली आई बॉट ऑन दी ऑर्डर मैंने दिया आई थिंक सेकंड या थर्ड, 2 दिसंबर को।
ठीक है।
उसके
ओके,
बाद भी सर, उसके बाद भी मैं आपको बताता हूँ
हाँ
कि
बोलिए।
क्या हुआ। उसके
हम्म,
बाद हुआ कि मेरा आधार एड्रेस रिजेक्शन में चला गया, वो रिजेक्ट हो गया।
हम्म,
रिजेक्ट। फिर मैं वापस आधार केंद्र गया। हाँ, तो उन्होंने भी मेरे को मना कर दिया कि आपका ये जो एड्रेस प्रूफ है, ऑन बेसिस ऑफ दैट कि आपको वो नहीं मिल सकता है,
हम्म,
एड्रेस नॉट वैलिड एक्चुअली। तो वो मेरा रिजेक्ट हो गया। फिर फिर वापस मेरे को एक बंदा मिला, उसने बोला कि मैं तेरा एड्रेस अपडेट करवा देता हूँ, तो मेरे से कांटेक्ट कर। तो मैं वापस आधार केंद्र गया, वस्त्राल, वहां से मैंने एड्रेस अपडेट कराया।
हम्म,
उसके बाद ये हुआ कि लोन में भी वही इश्यू आ रहा था कि आपकी लोन अहमदाबाद से नहीं हो सकती क्योंकि ये वैलिड आधार प्रूफ नहीं है। तो फिर मैंने लोन प्रोसेस मेरे GJ01 GJ08 के एड्रेस से करवाया।
हम्म,
देन आई फाइनली गॉट। हाँ, उसके बाद भी एक इंसिडेंस ऐसा हुआ था कि आई एम प्लानिंग टू बाय बिफोर द 15 दिसंबर,
हम्म,
तो वो तो पॉसिबल हुआ नहीं।
हम्म,
22nd को मैं नहीं, 18 या 17 को मेरी कार आ गई थी शोरूम में।
हम्म,
Then I plan to visit that car on Saturday actually, but one incident happened, so that's also I'm not able to reach over there. Then finally I bought on the 25th December.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So now, if you see this whole process, and something similar happens in most cases, right? There are 4 phases that a customer goes through. Okay, and so Ganpat, in column D, you can write down in R, in one line write down R, just write down R. Second E, next line. No. Okay, there also you can write. You can do it. You can write in next column. That's also fine. Write down E again, and D. Make those columns bigger and make this bold. No, only make the RED bold.
Okay, sir.
नहीं बड़ा करना है इसको, हाँ ठीक है, और you let to make all those 4 columns very big. So make it at the same size as column C. हाँ, approximately. All the 4. Okay. एक साथ ही हो जाता है ना। अभी नीचे लिखो, हाँ, R के नीचे लिखो recognizing need. RACO, recognizing. So the first thing that happened is Ganpat recognized the need to buy a car. Right? Now, when did it happen? For him, it happened when he was on his trip to his hometown with his family, right? And the bus broke down, and he decided, "We can't live like this. Need a car." So that is one part of recognizing need. Then the first E is evaluating options. So then he evaluated options, what kind of car to buy, and inside of that he looked at he had decided to buy CNG because of fuel efficiency, and he looked at the various options. First email लिखा,
हाँ सर दिख नहीं रहा।
दिख नहीं रहा, options और कैपिटल कर दो, E को कैपिटल रखो, हाँ. Okay. So he evaluated options with the CNG. I don't know whether he thought about other options or he had, based on earlier research, he had decided to go with CNG. Then he also evaluated options in terms of brand, and so Hyundai and Tata, and then the models, 4 models. He also evaluated options called, can I buy from my hometown or do I buy from Ahmedabad? Okay, and he evaluated options of which stores to buy from. Right? So he checked out 2-3 stores, 2-3 showrooms. So that is the phase of evaluating options. Right? Then the third phase is eliminating doubts. So inside of that, he looked at, okay, which will give me more comfort, which will give me more safety. And then he went through a process of elimination. So he cancelled Neos, he cancelled then Punch and then Tiago. So Ganpat, next
Hmm.
eliminating doubts.
Doubts, no?
Yeah. And then the D stands for then taking a decision. So he took a decision to buy from Ahmedabad. He took a decision to change the address. He took a decision to buy a particular model. He took a decision to uh, buy a particular color. So in all these phases, eliminating doubts is done, and then he bought the,
Yes.
yeah, he made a decision.
Oh.
So this is the cycle of customer purchase. Okay, so you can stop the screen sharing. Let's see. How many of you see that people go through, you and everybody goes through this kind of 4 phases when you do purchase? So, Vijay, you purchase iPhone, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you see that you went through same 4 phases? Recognizing need, evaluating option, eliminating doubts, and then taking a decision.
Yeah, right.
Any question, any doubt about that? When did you first decide to buy?
I decided to like I think one year before, one year
Right.
2 year before, but
Okay.
I'm not buying because too much costly, so that's why.
Right. And when did you ultimately buy?
My birthday on my birthday,
Which is
24 June.
24th
June.
June. Okay, good. Yeah. So your cycle was 1.5 years approximately, right? More than 1 year.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But can you see that you recognize the need, then you evaluated options,
Yeah.
eliminated some doubts, removed them, and then finally took a decision,
And
right? Okay. Everybody, do you see that? You follow this process? Nitesh?
Sir, yes, sir.
Right. So now, when we are in the game of serving the customer, we need to understand the customer is going through these four phases. And in each phase, they need different support.
Right.
If you are not sure of where they are, what phase they are in, you cannot support them properly. Okay.
True.
So understanding the world of customer is important, and understanding what phase they are in is important. Zil,
Yes, sir.
by the way, even selecting and getting married is in the same process. You do elimination of doubts, right?
Correct.
सर वो अभी वापस स्टार्ट कर देगी.
अभी
नहीं,
दे
अभी नहीं करूंगी.
अभी दे रहे एक
वो
और एक
बोलेगी
साल
अभी
बाद,
वो
एक
बोलेगी
साल
अभी
बाद.
क्लैरिटी आई है तो अभी वापस से reiterate करते हैं प्रोसेस.
Okay. So then for us, what is our role as a person who's serving the customer? What do we need? Okay. So Ganpat, let's go back to the Excel file and open another sheet in the same file. And now in column A, you write down those 4 things: recognizing need, and keep R capital like that. But just copy all the 4 things. But start from third, fourth row. Don't start from the first row. Yeah, you can put any column, that's fine. You put all the 4 in one row. Sorry, in one column. हाँ, perfect. Okay, थोड़ा सा font बड़ा कर दो, ये zoom कर दो और expand the column. So then what do we need to do as people who are serving the customer? So when the customer is in the phase of recognizing the need, our job is to help them develop the need. Okay, so गणपत वहां पे D लिखो कैपिटल में और फिर लिखो डेवलप द नीड. नेक्स्ट कॉलम में डेवलप नीड. हाँ, तो D कैपिटल कर देना. Then the next phase is, after develop the need, the next phase is when they are evaluating options, you have to नहीं उसी में वही कॉलम में रखना. Propose solution. Propose PRO. Then eliminating doubt, same वहाँ जो है वही. And यहाँ close. CLOS. So when you, and सबसे ऊपर लिखो D के भी ऊपर opening the conversation. और O को कैपिटल कर दो. Opening. So this is called the read odd peck model. Read is the customer cycle and the matching seller cycle is called the odd peck, ODPEC. Opening the conversation, developing the need, proposing the solution, eliminating doubt, and closing. Now, as somebody who's serving the customer, right, where do you think people are weakest? As salesperson or as somebody who wants to help people buy our products and services, where do you think people are in ODPEC? Where do you think people are weakest?
Develop the need.
Okay, good. Thank you. Somebody else?
Eliminating doubt.
Eliminating doubt. Okay.
Propose solution.
Okay. Okay, good. So get start thinking, but yes, actually we are weak everywhere, all the 5. Okay, but Nitesh is right that the whole concept called developing the need is not even understood by people. So we are completely blind to that. We know little bit about opening the conversation, right? We know little bit about proposing solution, right? We know little bit about closing, right? But of course, there is a science. By the way, all these 5 steps, there is a science behind it. A lot of work has happened, and people who have created these consultative sales models, they have done research with lakhs of people to build this model. Okay. So what we are going to study is a heavily research model. But the what do you call it? The whole dimension called developing the need is so not understood. It's almost like a blind spot. Okay. So this consultative selling model is training us in all these five, but with a very, very extra focus on developing the need. Okay. And which is where, by the way, all of you as technical people have play a big role also. Okay, so let me pause here and take some questions. You can, Ganpat, you can stop the screen sharing. What are you, everybody, what are you learning and what questions you have? So comments and questions. Any insight for you? कुछ ट्यूबलाइट हो रहा है, कुछ समझ में आ रहा है, कुछ कंफ्यूजन है? Yeah, Dhruvid, go ahead.
Sir, I had never thought of one very crucial step in the process, which was though this conversation helped me realize that the most important thing is realizing on which step in this process is the customer or potential client. Because since I'm not from sales, it never crossed my mind, but it is, I think, the most crucial thing
Right.
in the process.
Okay,
So that was very helpful.
thank you. Somebody else? Any questions or what are you getting?
It's like before making any decision to buy something or I mean getting something, knowingly or unknowingly we are passing through so many steps, starting from understanding the needs to making decision. There are lots of steps we go through generally. Sometimes we don't know the significance of each and every thought process we are having, but it makes a huge impact at the end while making the decision.
Perfect. And in each of those phases, whatever inputs you get can have a big impact in the decision. Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, if Ganpat's girlfriend was into electric vehicles, she might have told him that CNG is outdated and you are kind of you're damaging the planet. It may or may not be true, but somebody can influence him. Then he would have gone for EV or vice versa. So influence the right inputs at the right time can make a big difference, or inputs at any time will make a difference. Now, of course, right inputs will make the right difference, but in each of these phases, if you want to give inputs, you have to give inputs differently. Right? Is that clear? Nitesh, anything for you?
No, sir, I think I'm good.
Okay, Mukesh. And Mukesh, you're driving, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Chandan.
Yes, sir. Mostly we follow the system, but we don't know like we are following whenever we buying any of the products
Right.
because steps we don't know, but we are always first eliminating anything and making decisions. Sometimes it's a like product wide, but there's a no need, but still we buy some other products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nirmal, anything for you?
Yes, sir. I mean, same. I mean, like what Zil and Chandan has shared that definitely, I mean, depending on our requirement and depending on the need of that particular product, we definitely do a certain sort of pre-sales analysis, and this is a general cycle that we generally follow as an buyer.
Right. Okay. Great. Nitesh, you were saying something?
No, sir.
Okay, right. Okay, now, Rubin said, I am not in sales. Okay. So just I want you to know everybody is in sales. There is no other department. Anybody thinks there is any other department, they are crazy. There's only one department, one job. And by the way, as human beings, we are selling all the time. As a baby, when you're born, from that time you have learned sales. Right? When you cry, you get something. When you smile, you get something. From that time you know how to get things done, right? And how to impress people. So, and how to get people to think the way you want. So all of us are in sales all the time. You got the job, that's what? That's also sales. You sold your services, right? Everywhere you are in sales. You are, all of you are going for interviews for various projects. That's also sales. You are impressing when you're doing a report on the progress of your project. That is also sales. When you're suggesting the company, the client, to use a particular technology, particular methodology, that is also sales. You're recommending that they should have X number of people in the project, or anything that you are doing is sales. Anywhere where you are influencing thinking is sales. Anywhere where you are influencing decision is sales. So in one way to look at it is we are doing sales all the time. How many of you have to influence other people's thinking? That's sales. How many of you have to get your team members? You have to tell your team members to do something in a particular way. You are influencing their thinking, their action. That is also sales. So on one side, we are always selling, each one of us, all the time. Right? Like, why are we doing this 2-hour session? This also sells. We are introducing this whole concept so that you can get interested in learning this. Now, this takes what we are about to teach you or what we want to teach you, it takes 6 months, 1 year to learn. The first level 1 workshop is 5 days. Now, we cannot do that for you unless we sell to you the importance of it. Right? So even this 2-hour session is for that. Everything is for sales. And everything is either you're directly selling or you're supporting somebody to sell. So that's on one side of it. Okay. Now, completely contradictory or completely opposite to it, we actually say, we even did a workshop. We said, don't sell, fulfill your purpose. Sales is the biggest service that you can give to people if you do it in the right way. Now, Ganpat bought a car, right? Now, somebody who helped him buy the car, did he do sales or did he do service?
They did service.
If somebody helps Ganpat make the right decisions, evaluate the option, consider all the parameters, see what he really needs. Okay, you have a family, you want to do this kind of touring, you want to use car for this purpose. Okay, for that, these are the parameters. And if somebody guides him in the whole process, is that a sales or is that a service?
Service.
So we want to say that we don't need to sell, but we need to serve. See, sales has got all the bad name in the world because people do it from their agenda. But if you actually look at it from the context of service, everything is inside of service. By the way, all of you have bought some things in life, right? If you did not buy anything in life, will your life be as good as it is right now?
No.
You have to buy. You buy clothes, you buy food, you buy a house, you buy stuff, facilities, services. If nobody sold you anything, you would have to go to the olden capitalism, not capitalism, that what was the model that Russia used to use? Communism. So where even to buy things with your money, you would have to stand in line and you need permission, and they would say, okay, you will only get 2 toilet papers a week. If you just imagine, nobody sold you anything, no, and you had to kind of stand in line to buy clothes, stand in line to buy this and that, and you need permission. Then you understand that whatever we are able to buy is actually a service. The problem is many of the people who sell, they sell with their own focus on their own agenda. And that's where sales becomes misunderstood and actually get the great part of sales is actually destroyed. Now, many of us buy insurance. How many of you have insurance? Yeah. Now, did you buy for the company or did you buy for your benefit and family benefit?
Family benefit.
It's mostly safety. What are you buying? You're not buying insurance, you're buying safety. Right? You're buying safety for the future. So like Ganpat did not buy a car. He may think he bought a car. He didn't buy a car really. He bought what? Comfort for family to travel certain distances. He said he doesn't even want to use it much. He may use it, but he didn't even want to use it for coming to the office. Right? So people are not buying the thing that you think you're selling. Nobody is buying what you're selling, by the way. Nobody is buying what you're selling. So we have a quote which says, you don't know what you're selling till the time you find out what they're buying. So different people will buy the same product for different reasons. Right? Some people will buy a car for style statement, right? Some people will buy a car to show their status. Some people will buy a car for the family. Some people will buy a car for adventure. Some people will buy the car for racing, and some people will buy the car for taking care of the family, right? Or some people will buy a car for business purposes. You don't know what they're really buying, but unless you know what they're really buying, you cannot help them. So in the same way, we don't know what we are selling unless we understand what people are buying. And different people are buying different things. So what did Ganpat buy? He bought family comfort for the family. He also bought what? Fuel efficiency, mileage, cost, right? He also bought comfort. He bought safety. He bought reliability. Why did he choose Tata? Not because he has Tata shares. He may have, but not because of that. And he bought Tata because he thought Tata will give him certain kind of reliability. Right? Many other brands he didn't even consider. I was surprised. He only considered 2 brands, and all these other companies who are trying to market, right? He didn't even think about them. At least he didn't tell us, right? He may have rejected them for some other reasons. So, like Toyota or any other, so many other brands must be there, right? MG and so he didn't buy all of that. He bought what? He bought family comfort. He bought safety. He bought some reliability. He said it should not have trouble for long term. That's what he bought. So he paid 11 lakhs for what? For the car? No. He paid for his family comfort. He paid for safety, peace of mind, fuel efficiency, all those things. So now, coming to our business, what are we really selling? What are we really selling? Hey, everybody, keep your video on. Except Mukesh, who's driving. Chandan, Zeel, HP, Ruby. So what are we selling? Ruvin?
Convenience and comfort. Since we offer solutions, we solve problems for them. So
The best answer would be,
growth.
the best answer would be, I have no freaking idea.
Yeah.
Because each customer is buying something different, right? Then you can guess, but you have to start from, I have no freaking idea. Right? Now let's look at different customers that you already have, right? And let's find out what did they really buy. Now, we don't know. We still don't know. We have to talk to them, right? But let's do some guesswork. Okay? Hopefully, a little bit intelligent guesswork, right? So let's look at Intech, since Intech is one of your customers, right? And a regular customer. What do you think Intech is buying from you? So what is Intech actually buying? Let's say in a normal world, what is it buying? It's buying resources from you,
Resources.
Nitesh? Is
Yes.
Intech, what is are they paying on resource or are they paying on project basis?
Resource basis, sir.
Resource basis, right? So in a normal way, you can say they are buying resources, right? But what are they really buying?
Our services.
Okay,
Yeah, maybe data and analytics capabilities, which
yeah,
they
so
don't have right now.
yeah, so one is they are buying capability, right? And then what does that capability allow them to do?
To
To
clean
solve
this customer.
to solve their customer.
Yeah,
Allow their
expand their business in this new vertical. They don't have right now.
yeah, expand their business in the new vertical, actually build a new vertical, right? And
Right.
if they build a new vertical, what will happen for them?
get more business.
Get more business,
Revenue expansion,
revenue expansion, okay,
Growth.
growth.
yeah. Also, they will be able to satisfy their investors,
Right.
They may be also able to solve their existing customers in a better way.
right?
And they are getting a ready-made I would say package. Means what Resent has built in 7 years, they just got in a few days.
Yeah, in a way, they actually got free access to a production plant.
Yes, correct.
If you look at it in a different language, right? It's like you don't have to set up the factory, you got access to the factory.
Right.
So, like they got an access to a whole trained talent pool with all the resources ready-made, right? With the machinery, with the software, with most of the stuff ready-made, trained talent pool. It's like a switch on productivity. You just switch on and you start getting productivity. You don't have to start from scratch. You don't have to find people, find set offices, find setup, do everything. Like Nitesh said, it took 7 years. They get it on button on. Can you get that? So they actually saved 7 years of the time. So they got time, which also mean they got speed. They got the speed to market, right? If they were to develop their own team and then start the vertical, if not 7 years, at least they will take 1 year.
True. But 2-3 years they will take, sir. It's
Yeah.
not a
So
easy.
they actually save 2 years, 3 years, right? So let's say 2 years. What is the cost of 2 years? How to count the cost of 2 years? Is how much business will they generate in 2 years? That's one way to look at it.
Right.
So Nitish, what is your guess? How much business they would generate in 2 years?
So their customer base is very strong. So
No, I'm talking about from this vertical and related to this vertical.
so sir, if they can do very well, they can at least generate 20 CR of the business.
Yeah. They're getting a 20 CR business just because of the reducing the time to market. And most of you may not be fully aware that this is also nowadays become an investor game. Right? And so when you get 20 CR revenue, you also get business valuation. Your company valuation goes up by at least 50 CR or maybe even 100 CR.
Right.
In the valuation game, that it's all revenue. Revenue is being played to increase the valuation, right? And they are in the valuation game. So 20 CR is equal to, let's say, 100 CR. And that 2 years, right now it's a 2-year jump they got. That next 5 years, that will become like eternity. So if you look at a competition, somebody starts directly at 3rd year and somebody has to spend that 1 year. So there's a gap. So somebody starts in 2023 and somebody starts in 2025. The whole journey can be very different. Right? Are you getting a sense of what we're discussing, Vijay?
Right.
विजय समझ में आ रहा है कुछ?
Yes, sir.
निर्मल, चंदन?
Yes, sir.
So they are buying all these things. They are buying speed to market. They are buying valuation. They are buying future vertical. They are buying company credibility. That, oh, we have so many verticals and we have so many people. And when they talk to their customers, they will say, oh, in whatever total they are saying manpower, they were counting region manpower also, strength also. Right? And they will not only count, even if they are paying for 10 resources, they will not count 10. They will say we have 50 people because region has 50.
Yes. Just we cannot say that.
So they're buying capability, they're buying all so many things. Now we don't know that when we are selling. So we sell as if we are selling resources. And this is happening for every company. I just use Intech as a reference, but this is something like this is happening for every company. Questions, insight, क्या ट्यूबलाइट हो रही है, बत्ती जल रही है क्या? गणपत,
Yes, sir.
क्या बेच रहे हैं?
सर्विस बेच तो कुछ नहीं रहे.
तो इंटेक को हम क्या बेच रहे हैं? ये सब जो डिस्कशन हुआ उसके बेस पे हम इंटेक को एक्चुअली क्या बेच रहे हैं?
सर्विस बोल सकते हैं सर, पर
आप
एक्चुअली
अपने एंगल से
एक्चुअली
देख रहे हो,
हाँ,
अपने एंगल से मत देखो। अभी ये सब डिस्कशन के बाद आप
इंटेक के
हाँ इंटेक के एंगल से देखो कि आपने उनको एक्चुअली क्या दिया।
उनको बिजनेस ग्रोथ दिया फर्स्ट,
राइट,
देन उनको सेगमेंट बढ़ा कि
राइट,
फर्स्ट they are working in only one segment, now they have the another segment.
राइट।
क्लाइंट सेगमेंट भी इंक्रीज हुआ,
या क्या मार्केट में
टीम
क्रेडिबिलिटी बढ़ी उनकी?
हाँ टीम भी बड़ी।
हमने सर उनको स्टेबिलिटी भी दिया। जैसे अगर अगर वो लोग हायर करते तो लोग छोड़ के भी जा सकते थे अगर उनके पास बिजनेस नहीं आया होता तो वी हैव गिवन देम ए स्टेबिलिटी, क्योंकि एज ए फाउंडर हम लोग तो जाने वाले नहीं है कहीं पे भी।
या अगर नीतीश मुकेश लेवल के सीनियर लोगों को एज एन एम्प्लॉय रखना है तो उनको नानी याद आ जाएगी।
यस।
और प्लस अपना स्टाफ भी जल्दी नहीं जाता क्योंकि डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड है, तो दे गेटिंग स्टेबिलिटी। और अगर जाता कोई रिप्लेस भी होता है तो दे डोंट हैव टू वरी, यू आर गेटिंग स्टेबिलिटी बिकॉज यू आर आल्सो टेकिंग केयर ऑफ replacement as required, right?
Yes.
राइट।
So you're providing stability, you're providing uh, business expansion, you're providing expanding the opportunities in the market. You're, what else? What else are you providing? Mukesh, anything for you? Zil? Yeah, Mukesh, go ahead. If you can speak, go ahead.
Yeah, so as I kind of discuss stability, competency, team, opportunity to grow and leverage the new market. I think this is what, and most importantly, the people like Nitesh and experienced staff who can be relied upon for long term.
Yeah.
So I think that is something which we have provided.
Also, they might be having a lot of free learning. Because you guys must be
Yes.
contributing in their thought process.
Yes. Yes.
Guys are going to be guiding.
Yes.
So there's specialized coaching, mentoring happening almost free of charge.
We actually help them build their own internal team as well.
Yeah.
For AIML. Yeah. And that we are doing absolutely for free.
Yes. Zil, anything for you?
No, sir, I think everything is covered. It will be something like in different terms. We can say that if we want to make something, some recipe we don't know, we have built that recipe and now we are selling that recipe. So they don't now have to build that recipe again or invent anything. They
Yeah.
just can use whatever we have created.
Yeah. I on a side note, I remember. So when we go out to eat in a hotel, right? So children are eating the food, right? They're going out to eat the food and to like enjoy that environment. You know why most of the wives are going out? You know, in Gujarat and most of places nowadays, but in Gujarat, there is a trend that you have to eat out once a week as a family, right? You think because people like the food or because the wife wants freedom from the kitchen and connected responsibility at least once a week? See, And why does person go? Because, okay, you're not going out for that. You're going out for your family's happiness or for peace of mind or for getting a break, fresh air. Right. Okay, so now coming back to the business, now that you are starting to understand the customers are buying different, right? Each customer is buying something different. Are you understanding that? So now let's take up another client, important client. Okay. So which is the one which is into the studio rental? IH.
IH,
What is the full form?
Invitation
Invitation.
Homes.
Okay. So what are they buying? Again, is it a resource game or a project game?
Resource cap.
Okay. So ordinarily it looks like they're buying resources, right? But what are they actually buying? What is, because of the resources, what is becoming available for them?
Flexibility.
Data and analytics capabilities to build their own data platform, which they wanted to leverage for growth, for data-driven decision making,
Okay.
and maybe investors also, because they want to attract huge investments from outside as well. They want to show that they are top notch. They work with best of the breed. They use the best of the breed technology. They use data. They use AI and those kind of stuff.
Right.
For that they need team, and they are buying that team from us.
Yeah. So what they're really buying is they're buying at one level, they're buying intelligence. They're buying intelligence, right? They're buying intelligence for making better decisions. And they're also buying impression, that they can impress their investors, right? To that they are having sophisticated data analysis, and based on that, they are taking these decisions. So in a way, they are also using you to get more investment in the company, to increase their valuation again, right?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so because what will they do with this data platform? What is the benefit of the data platform?
So that will help us make decisions, like for example, when to buy, which homes to buy,
Yeah.
when to actually sell off the properties,
Yeah.
when to increase the rent, and how to improve services, because they think themselves as somebody who's into providing hospitality. So
Yeah.
people coming to them are their clients, their guests, and then they wanted to provide best of the possible services to them.
So they are buying intelligence, which will help them to do better purchase, better sale, better pricing, right? Is that true? It will help them to do better purchase, better sell, better pricing, better margins, increase profit,
Yes,
increase revenue, increase profitability.
correct.
So that's what they are buying, right? And we think we are selling the resources.
It's not exactly happening today, but this is the long-term goal. Some of the things are happening, but some of the things it's actually a
That's
good
what they are
retrospective
buying.
exercise.
So
Yeah, it's good
that's what they are.
retrospective exercise actually. Yeah,
That's what they are buying, or that is why
right,
they are buying. Now,
right,
whether you are able to deliver or not, that's a different issue.
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like to align what they wanted and what
Yeah,
we
and
are
if
right
you
now and how we can. Yeah,
yeah, and if you don't deliver on this, right, then you will become a problem for them. And you will be replaced by somebody who can deliver on this, if they find somebody like that. So tomorrow, if somebody comes and say, hey, listen, we will give you this, and this will make sure that your every decision of purchase, sales, pricing is improved, and we guarantee you 10x performance, they will forget Regent in a minute. Because Regent is selling services, like selling resources. They have not, Regent doesn't even have a freaking idea as what actually the customer is needing. They don't want your resources. They want what you said. They want a data platform which will help them to purchase better, sell better, increase revenue, increase profitability, manage the margins, and build the whole organization. Maybe manage cash flows, maybe also help them to avoid some losses. Okay, now let's look at the company which is connected with port. Remember? Ganpat, what is the name of that company?
DP World.
DP World.
Right.
Sorry.
So what are we doing there? Again, we are giving resources, right?
Hmm.
What is the project around?
Sorry, sir.
What was the project about?
It's majorly about providing the services of the data analytics actually.
Yeah, it was something to do with checking the containers, right?
Hmm.
And the quality of the containers. Is that correct?
Yes.
That was one part I remember. Right? Now, once you look at what actually you're doing, then you can still look at what are they really buying. And what is the value of what they're buying? So they're buying efficiency, right? So for example, if the container is damaged, they make sure that they don't use that container, right?
Hmm.
How much does that save them? How much headache, how much time, how much manpower, how much money does it save them? Each decision has an impact, right? It has an impact on the cost, it has an impact on manpower, it has an impact on time, it has an impact on many other things. Like one damaged custom container, what is the impact of that? Who's working on that project?
Nitish.
Yeah, Dhruvit, got it. Anybody else working on that project?
On POC part, like the content damage system,
On
Cure and
what
A3. Cure and A3.
Nobody here, no? I can't
No. No.
So fine. So let's put DP aside for a minute. Just start looking at each project. By the way you are serving the client will change once you understand what they're buying. And you also understand that if you don't give them what they are buying, you may think you're doing great work, but if it doesn't help them with what they are buying or why they are buying, right? It will be like, hey, Ganpat, ultimately you bought from Cargo, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if imagine Cargo comes and says, Ganpat, if you buy this car, right? If you buy the electric vehicle, right, then maybe we will give you 50,000 more discount, right? Ganpat is going to say, okay, let me do the whole calculation. He's not interested immediately to jump in, right? Or we will celebrate your birthday. I'm not interested in that. I want fuel efficiency and I want safety, right? So whatever you're going to offer, or whatever work you're going to do, it has to do with awareness of what the customer is really needing. What is the customer really in the game for? And how does whatever you provide impact the customer objective? So it's very important to understand the customer's objective. Okay, so questions, comments, what are you getting out of this conversation? Nirmal?
I mean, we need to think from the buyer's perspective that what actually they are buying and what exactly they are getting. I mean, we may have lot many things to serve and cater, but it's very important for us to understand that what buyer exactly need and what exactly with the help of working with us he is going to get. I mean, whatever we discuss in the example of Intech, whatever we discuss in the example of DP World or few other examples, the one thing was common, that what exactly we are serving their purpose. I mean, हम उनका exactly कौन सा काम कर रहा है, that we need to identify, then only we would be able to do the selling. So that's what I can.
Okay, great, fantastic, thank you. And Vijay, now Vijay, and this is a question for Vijay, Harsh, Ganpat, Chandan. So if you look at it from a project manager perspective, how is this conversation relevant for you as a project manager?
Uh, so eventually, project manager are also adding values, I can say, because so whatever service we have promised to give them, so and the timelines and the delivery which we have defined, we we are adding or we are providing them. So
That,
for
that
that,
looking from your perspective, right? Now,
yeah, but
look from the client's world.
Yeah. So project managers will get an idea of what kind of features are required to be prioritized, what are the right kind of features to be offered to them, and whatever functionalities or features we have developed, is it aligned with what they are expecting? So writing better user stories, writing better acceptance criteria, creating better, I would say, statement of work for clients, right? For new projects, for new initiatives, trying to understand where is actually the gap, right, in customer need and what we are delivering and what they want. And based on that, come out with new proposals, initiatives, prioritize them. So yeah, I think that's where the product project manager would be benefited.
Okay, great, thank you.
Uh, we can say that like helping into eliminating the doubts.
Okay. Say something more. Okay, you can do the thinking.
Yeah.
Harsh, Vijay, anything?
Customer require fulfill one time. I think manager.
Yeah. Chandan?
Fulfill the requirements and needs, and we can give in some better approach for that same of the solution. Sometimes when we don't know the product, like what we are working and what really they need, without that we can't provide a better solution. We can just work on that what they need.
Okay. Yeah, so the kind of suggestions you will give, the kind of services you will offer, the kind of direction that you will want it to take, right? Even the kind of people you will put on the project will be very different if you have a deeper understanding, right? And will it help
Correct.
you to guide your team better?
Yeah, because initially the for the same project, if I go for the intake, actually they have asked for the tools, like, but I was not aware like what they actually need. So we have provided one tool, but they said we don't need the actually servers because we want to keep multiple servers for the client. So that was not approach they have told me in starting. So based on the requirements needs, we need to change our requirement, because we have changed from one and two tool, because previously they have preferred some of the two Jasper, and first people have go for the Pentau. But as per there, some of the stuck point, like they don't want server and some of the requirements that can't fill on that tool. So we have proposed for other tool.
Right. Also, it will change the kind of questions you ask. Right.
Correct. And the questions and the team members also needs to be prepared for that also.
Yeah. Okay, good. So, Nitesh, anything for you? What are you getting in this conversation? From both sides, from a sales perspective and from a project management perspective.
The project management perspective, we are now making it more smoother actually, with the giving the better deadlines, and but still they are ad hoc in the nature already actually.
Yeah,
So
no, what
there
I'm
will
saying
be,
is if you're as a project manager, this discussion that we have had, right, about what the client is actually buying, right? And with that awareness, how the role of a project manager can be enriched or improved.
yes, the role of project manager definitely can improve. They also get to know the new horizons, like how the customer works in this way as well, and how the end customer is expecting from Intech as well. So that is also very important, because they are also ad hoc. There is a time zone difference, so because of that also things are coming very late in the evening for us. So yeah, there are a lot of things which needs to be improved in this.
Okay, good, thank you. Vijay, anything for it?
No, I said like requirement fulfilled.
Okay, good. So let's pause here, this conversation, right? Now this, how will you discover what is the client really buying, right? Is just one part of the game, right? And the second part of the game is how do you develop the need? Because many a times the clients themselves are not very clear of what they're buying. Like Ganpat may not be fully thinking of all the things that he needs to think of when he buys a car. He was thinking of some things. Maybe there are many other parameters that he should have thought of, right? But depending on what help he got, he would evaluate those parameters, and based on that, he will take his decision, right? So the next part is how do you actually help customer think in the thinking process to one is to understand the need, but also to develop the need. And maybe inside of that, alter the way they think and alter the way they decide. Now, is the customer necessarily using the right approach every time? Is the customer right all the time? Hello? Is the customer right all the time?
No.
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 Half of the times customer doesn't have the full idea, right? Now, let's just go back to Ganpat. Did Ganpat think of all the various dimensions that he should have thought about in buying a car?
No.
No, he thought of some parameters, but there might be many more parameters. Right? Now, if somebody is an expert in cars, he might say, oh, you need to think about this also, and you need to think about this also. Right? Now, ultimately, he may choose whatever he wants to choose, but at least having that awareness would improve the quality of the decision making. Right? And that is where we come as a service provider. We help them to think through and see in a broader perspective, see the multiple parameters that they need to evaluate. Whether it is, oh, you want to, so you're talking to Invitation Homes and he says, oh, I understand. What you want to do is you need a platform so that you are able to decide the pricing, so that you are able to decide when to purchase. Okay, and you want to look at whom to sell, and also you want to look at some kind of safety factors. Okay, I think based on all of this is what we propose. And you can actually propose a whole intervention. Again, I think if you want to really do this, we recommend you look at ABCD. Like you can actually give a very different, you can change the game, the whole conversation. But you can only do that if you are understanding the requirement and you have, then you're leveraging all your expertise to address that requirement. And if you're not doing that, then we're not really IT leaders. We're service providers. So, do you want to learn this consultative selling? We just gave you a 0.01% of the teaser. Right? What is the world about? Right? This is not the whole thing. This is not even 1%, as I said. But this is just to kind of understand. We need to change the paradigm in the way we are looking at sales. How many of you want to go further, deeper, learn multiple dimensions? Vijay, you want to learn? Okay. HK?
Yes, sir. Understood. And ready to learn that. And
Okay.
definitely it is going to change our perspective and the vision in terms of sales as well.
Okay. Great. So, Nitesh, what I'm thinking is we can use a combination of two things. One is whenever possible we can do a full day or a 2-day workshop also, and then we also do this like a 1 hour series or 2 hour series.
Okay.
Once a week, right?
Yeah, I think we can do a full day in-house. I think let me check with the team the availability, and we
Yeah.
can do 1 or 2 day full session.
Yeah. So that we get, so which will, so doing those 1 or 2 day fulls will get us some basic like a momentum. We can complete one chunk of learning, and then we can practice, and then there will be another chunk. So for example, developing the need itself is one phase. Each of these 5 elements actually: opening the conversation, developing the need, proposing solution, eliminating doubts, closing. These are all important phases, and each of them is at least a 1 day conversation. And but we can do it in small parts, and then developing the need itself is like it's a workshops, a series of workshops in itself, because that's where the whole different science exists. So we should
Right.
start doing it and start learning, and kind of keep learning, keep applying, keep learning, keep applying. Zil, we got the message, right? Okay, so we should work out the schedules for this if you want to go ahead. Yeah, Nitesh?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll pause here. Everybody, thank you very much for your engagement in this conversation. Hope this is adding value to you. And I recommend that you start looking at any current customer, potential customer, start looking at what are they really buying? What is the real value addition? And then start to look at how can we add more value to them? Instead of what we can sell, genuinely, how can we add more value to them? Every time you go talk to a client, whether it's a project report or any reason you're talking to a client, I think it is good to do pre-work, like we are telling in the being a professional You have to do the preparation, right? And the preparation you have to do is, how do I genuinely add more value to this client? That's all you have to think. How do I genuinely add more value to this client? If you think from that place, you'll always be able to get some ideas. If you don't get an idea, still keep thinking, even discuss with your teams. Internally also, you should discuss that, okay? Each project, by the way, you should discuss, right? How can we genuinely add more value to this project for each client? By the way, this is the role of the CC also, Nitesh.
Yes.
CC should be doing this thinking and with the team, brainstorming with the team. How do we genuinely add more value to this client? That is the job of the customer champion.
Right.
That is the job of the project manager. In project manager thinks more from this project perspective, and CC thinks overall, right? But both, all of us, ultimately, there's only one role. How do we genuinely add more value to our clients? That is the role for every one of us. No exception. Yeah.
Right.
So let's develop that thinking. And thank you very much for joining in this conversation. Good beginning for 2024.
True.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
just want to
Thank
check
you,
in
sir.
who all will be